You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W@G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. Yo, broadcasting live to you and yours. It's Weekend Gabe holding you down on this Thursday, April 28th, 2022, the last Thursday of April 2022. Can you believe it that we're only a month removed away from summertime shy? It is going down in a major way tonight. We're going to be kicking off with Holistic with Heidi, who is going to be breaking down toxins in your cleaning products and in your food and how to live a better and cleaner life. And then we're going to have the return of Thursday Thunnies with Lisa Laird, who has the upcoming show Sex and Shy City over at the Laugh Factory on May 20th. So we're going to preview that show and also have a little bit of fun and talk about her start in comedy and being from the south side of Chicago. So we got a lot to get into tonight on the show. But first off, give us a follow on these socials at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and The Real Sam Crane, as well as the Ghetto Flower. If you head over to the Ghetto Flower today and use our exclusive coupon code W@G, you can save yourself 15% off on all purchases of $50 or more, including their new Ghetto Flower varsity jacket that just got dropped about a couple weeks ago. I'm still waiting for my income tax check to land, so I have a little bit of disposable income to go cop me one. So I'm hoping that Teo and the fam are going to hold me down when the timing is right. But returning back to the co-hosting duties, broadcasting somewhere in downtown Chicago, it's a pleasure to welcome back Arantza Romero, our super intern for this year on Weekend at Gabe's. How are you? Good evening.
Hello, I'm good.
There you go. Back at it. You're like Macaulay Culkin, thirsty for more. You know,
Yes,
just had to get back
I'm
at it.
excited. I'm excited for today because I'm gonna have my favorite guest and talk about my favorite things. So
This
I'm
is total.
excited.
Yeah, this is totally your wheelhouse. So I'm excited to see you dive deep into the art of healthier living because I'm out here wilding. I definitely need to educate myself on the toxins in my
Yes,
food, the
and now
toxins
you're
in the.
gonna learn some things. You're gonna have
Listen,
to put into practice. I mean, this is
once you know, you can't unknow. So that's the problem. It's like you can't pretend to not know. So, but I'm with it. You know, summer. I was just mentioning we're a month away from summertime shy. So if I can just make just a small needle inch of improvement,
just a
and if
little. Yeah.
Heidi can take me in the right directions,
She
then it's gonna be
will.
all good.
She will. She's the best. She will. Just one thing.
Huh.
For summer, and then you'll be good.
So listen. I have dreams of taking photos with just a tank top on and not doing the long sleeve when it's 90
You
degrees outside.
will. You. I have
I have dreams.
no.
Listen, Karana, who's in the chat, super intern. Yes, hell yes. I listen. I'm not the total bikini, not like the speedo joints. Nah, I'm just saying just something comfortable that I can show off my arms and I don't have to feel embarrassed about myself. I'm
Hot
trying
girl
to get to that.
summer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to that point. Like that.
Yes.
So, but anyway, so Heidi's gonna hook us up and give us some great tips, and also talk about her battle with mold illness. If you never heard of this, we're gonna go deep down that rabbit hole to discover how she battled that and overcame it, and that became sort of her calling card for wellness and health improvement. And then we got the return of Thursday Thunnies, Lisa Laird, like I mentioned at the top. She has the upcoming show, Sex and Shy City, over at the Laugh Factory in a couple weeks on the 20th of May. So we're going to get into that and also talk about her start in comedy. And she just did the show with Kenan Thompson from SNL over at the Laugh Factory a few weeks ago, just last weekend, actually. So that has been really exciting and a big move for her career. So it looks like she's on her way up and up in the comedy ladder. So I'm really excited to talk with her.
We love that.
All right, cool. All right, you know what time it is. It is America's favorite segment. You love it. I love it.
I love it. I love
There's now you love it.
it. Yes.
There's a lot going on that I gotta get in right before we could start it off. But the news that Gabe only cares about brought to you by and sponsored by the Ghetto Flower. Listen, your social media game is weak. You know that you need some help. You know you need to find the niche audience with key metrics, increase your followers without paying for those ads. Listen, 9 chapters of practical tips and knowledge of marketing, music, promoting content, and achieving success. Go grab the Ghetto Flowers ebook, The Art of Social Media, today. And guess what? It's free. It's on the house. They're putting it out there. They're putting the information out there. No more excuses for weak social media. Get your game right. Head over to the ghettoflower.com today. All right, let's get into it. News that Gabe only cares about on this Thursday, April 28th, 2022. All right, President Biden on the campaign trail said, as part of his presidential promise, is that he was going to at least reduce student loan forgiveness by 10 racks. The news coming out of Washington, a place that you're heading to this coming weekend, so maybe you can
Tomorrow.
go get in President Biden's ear and tell him to act right.
That's the first
Uh,
thing I'll do. I'm literally just going for that.
Listen, I'm with it. I love it. Uh, Senator from New York, Chuck Schumer, was throwing a lot of baggage around this week, saying that Biden was going to drop 50 racks in student loan forgiveness per person. Biden threw some cold water on that and said that he is not considering 50,000. But the word on the street in DC is that it's looking more like 10,000. You do not currently have any student loans, but people like me have a lot of student loan debts, and 10,000, 50,000, any thousand would do a lot for me and families across this country.
For
But
everyone.
if you could get $10,000 in any forgiveness, what would you want the forgiveness in? Or what 10 racks would you want from the government?
I mean, to pay college. Like, I mean, I didn't pay for it. My parents paid for it, but like that was not good. Like, college here is expensive.
So
And my
you want to
parents
run it back?
paid for it. I
You
would
want to
run
hit
it
that?
back. Yeah, exactly. I
There you
mean,
go.
I wish I could like get loans, but like I'm not from here, so that could help me or my parents.
I mean, yeah, you're just forward it to the parents who
Exactly. My
fund your
mom is
education.
on the chat right now, but she doesn't know English. But like, whatever, I'll tell her later. She would be happy.
Well, your mom gets to read all the real Sam Crane comments about me being in speedo.
She's
So
right
there's
now.
that.
She's like translating everything in like Google
Yeah,
Translate. I know
you,
that.
she's gonna have a lot of questions of what kind of show you're doing. But yeah, there's 10 racks. I could use 10 racks for that. I need definitely another Joe B. Stimmy check. That 3,600 he gave us last January, that's gone. Listen, I need the Stimmy checks like soon, or just $10,000 in relief. Either way, you're gonna be in DC. The weight of the country is on your shoulders. I need you to handle that and
Tomorrow,
come through.
7 a.m. I'll be there.
All right, I need you to come through
I
on
got
that.
you. I got you.
All right. Listen, promises made need to be promises kept. That's all I'm saying. All right. So the NFL draft is going down tonight. This is the draft order. Arantza isn't really familiar with the football here in America, and that's fine. She doesn't need to. But if you
I'm
know,
Peruvian, not American, so I know football.
that's fine. It's a totally different sport, but yeah, it shares the same name. But you see, my Chicago Bears are not on the draft board because the New York Giants owns their draft positions because of Justin Fields. But that's neither here nor there. But if you're not familiar, Ananza, this is for you. This is what getting drafted feels like.
Okay.
So a team picks a player, they come out, they wear their hats, and they feel good. They might do a dance, or they might wear some culture garments, like this gentleman who's from Hawaii, and pick up and the commissioner of the league. You feel real good. You champion yourself because you made it. You're going to get $1 million contract because you got drafted. So your life is going to change forever, for better, for
Oh,
worse. Something's going to change. But you were talking on Tuesday's show when we were talking with Evan, when he was talking about how he made a song for a girl, and you were like, damn, if someone made me a song, I would marry them.
yeah.
So being that I'm not in the dating pool, but I definitely have some opinions about how I would do in today's dating pool. But you've seen the draft board, number 1 being the best, number 32 being not the greatest. Where would you put yourself on the dating draft board?
Honestly, number one.
Number 1.
Always number one. Yes. number one.
That's bold. That's bold. So to be number
Number
one, you have to
one.
have all the attributes, like ready to play, ready to start. So you being at number one, someone picking you up, they're like, "Yo, you're ready to be wifey." Like, are you ready to take
I,
that step?
I am. I'm everything a man could want.
Damn,
Everything.
that's major.
But like I'm just single, like everyone's like missing out. You know what I mean? You know me.
Like Kara's like, she wants your
Give me
confidence.
your confidence. I give you everything right now.
Exactly. All right, so people were like wondering like where would I fall into the draft board? I wouldn't even fall into the first round, which is just those 32 picks. I probably have to get picked up in like round 3, which is 90 picks later.
No,
So
no.
you
Wow.
would try you would you put me higher? Maybe I'm just lowballing my own value.
I would put you number one. Okay, number two.
Really?
I'll be
All
number
right.
one. You can be number two.
I'll take number 2, but I feel like I'm a number 92. Like
That's
I
not
should
good.
Carana's number 30.
Number
That's cool.
30.
You're a first round pick. You a first round pick, Carana. I see you. I'm like a third round pick. I probably should land in like Jacksonville where it's miserable. I have to like prove myself to get out of Jacksonville. But that's good to know. All right, number 1. All right, shout out to all my interns coming in the first round picks. All right, our last story of the night. This one comes from Washington. This is a bit of a shit story if we ever had one. So what happens is that this woman is in an outhouse in Mount Walker, which is within the Olympic National Forest on April 19th. She was taking using the bathroom of what is called a vault toilet. And if you've never seen one of these, guess what? We have a picture for you, so we got you covered. Because I had to look this up myself too, because I never heard about it. All right, so this is what this bad boy looks like. It doesn't look like your traditional toilet because it's an outhouse. So what happens is, if you see that part that says digester at the bottom, that's where all your urine and your poop go to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't filter out. It just stays there and decomposes. So you can imagine that that's not friendly smelling or anything friendly at all. What happens is that this woman was using the phone while on the toilet, drops her phone in the toilet, decides to take decides to remove the toilet to reach down to grab her phone. She can't reach it. She uses her dog's leash to try to somehow rope the phone in, which if you sort of picture that in your head, that just sounds like Mission Impossible.
That's what I'm thinking right now. That's on
What
my
ends up Here's what happens next. As you can imagine, she falls in after losing balance. So now she's literally in the shit and she can't get out. And so what does she do? She calls 911 with her shitty phone. Yo, all right,
head.
question. How far would you go to get your phone to recover your phone? How far would you go? Would you go
Look,
this far? Or is this gone?
look. I would do anything. My phone is my life. I don't care if I have to jump to a train, which I did last weekend. Like I don't care. I would do the same as she did. It's my phone. I don't care. Like I'm gonna get it. Doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
So I approve whatever it takes.
You approve this level of commitment
It's
to recovering
disgusting,
your
okay?
phone.
But it's my phone. I have my whole life there.
I mean, I feel you. That's wild. So it was a 10 to 15 inch hole, which is about 2 feet down from where she fell. All right. So what's so the Britain Fire Department comes out, grabs her. They have to wash her down, put her in a Tyvek hazmat suit to wear, and then she refused further treatment and just drove home. Who
Oh,
knows how much bacteria is sifting through
ew,
her
ew,
body right
ew.
now. We're gonna about to talk with holistic Heidi in a second, and I'm sure she has some questions about
Yes,
the toxins that are in this woman's body right now.
it's gonna be your first question. And
Yes, like
she'll know. She'll know.
yeah, that yeah. So shout to this woman for her commitment to her phone. You just gotta pack it up and just call it an L right there and just like, man, I hope I got insurance on it because I no way in hell. No way in hell. All right, and these are the fine gentlemen that fished her out. All
Oh,
right, that's news that Gabe only cares about on this Tuesday, April 28th. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.